Hello everybody, Captain Marty here on Thursday, August the 6th. We got all kinds of things to talk about in the fishing news today, so I'll be back to do that in just a moment.
Electricity, something I don't mix well with at all, and that's why I only trust the folks at ELS OBX. ELS OBX offers a variety of services from custom electrical installations to lighting design. ELS OBX has the experience and know-how to complete any job. They're committed to providing the highest quality lighting and electrical installations or service at affordable prices. Visit them online at elsobx.com to get a brighter idea of how shockingly awesome they are. See what I did there? ELS OBX, electrical and lighting solutions you can count on.
Red Drum Tackle in Buxton is the oldest complete tackle shop at Cape Hatteras. And being the closest tackle shop to Cape Point, Red Drum Tackle has been welcoming fishermen to Hatteras Island with a wide selection of bait and tackle, skilled custom rod builds, rod and reel repair, expert knowledge and information since 1974. Red Drum Tackle knows how, when, and where to fish. To acquire this fishing brain power, visit them online at reddrumtackle.com. Red Drum Tackle, the oldest complete tackle shop at Cape Hatteras and the closest to Cape Point in Buxton.
Before we get started into the offshore stuff, keep in mind that at the end of today's report, I'll give you some basic updates on the 53rd annual Ocean City White Marlin Open. We've got some a few money fish on the board now. I'll tell you all about that here when we get done with our local stuff. And locally, the Hatteras fleet fished offshore yesterday and had a pretty decent day. Not many boats were out, but they had a good catch of blackfin tuna. I believe I saw Mike Warren was out yesterday. And on the Hatteras Blue, he also had a couple of nice wahoo. They look like 40, 45 pounders. And a few mahi or dolphin. They prefer to call them dolphin down there. So they do what they've been doing every day. Very consistent, coming up with nice catches of meat for their clients and quite a bit of variety. Now, we also have some bluefish and Spanish mackerel a little bit closer to the beach for some of their nearshore boats. There's a scattered king mackerel and amberjack being caught. But I'm not hearing a whole lot. A lot of their backcountry boats are fishing back in the Sound or around the inlet. I'll talk to you about that in just a moment. At Oregon Inlet, still a good billfish bite, and all three of the species are really evident. Blue marlin, white marlin, and sailfish. Now, blue marlin are usually your least numerous, and that's the case here, but there's enough of them around where these guys are putting together some grand slams. A grand slam is a blue, a white, and a sail released on the same day. And I didn't see one of those yesterday, but we've had several of those over the past week, weather permitting. But I saw Arch Bracher on the Pelican, probably the best marlin fisherman in the fleet. He had 6 or 7 whites yesterday. And we're all holding our breath. Now, here we are. It's Thursday, and we only have a couple more days before the ladies will get out there fishing on Sunday. And I really, really look for them to have a good white marlin bite in the Alice Kelly Ladies Tournament. That at Pirates Cove, that on Sunday. And then we'll follow with a day off on Monday, and then Tuesday through Friday, we'll be handling the Pirates Cove Billfish Tournament. And I'll be over there for all that. And tomorrow I will give you some information on how you can follow along with us as we go through our week. Inshore at Oregon Inlet, they've been catching a little bit of everything from look-downs, but mostly it's like Hatteras, just bluefish and Spanish mackerel. And then a little bit of bottom fishing. They're catching some triggers, some sea bass, things of that nature. But really, it's just the time of year. Everything kind of settles down into the summer choices. And when we talk about the surf and pier fishing, the species list is getting longer. This is actually, if I had small children, which I don't anymore, but when I did, this was the month that I like to take them down to the beach to go fishing. This is the time you get a simple double hook bottom rig, you get your lounge chair and sit right there on the edge of the wash. You get your rod holder and stick a 7.5 foot spinning rod in there. Double hook bottom rig, maybe with circle hooks where you don't even have to set the hook. Circle hooks, if you look at them, you think, how do you ever hook a fish on that? But they hook themselves, and I've never completely understand it, or who thought up that idea in the first place, although I can trace it all the way back to the mid-'70s when I first saw my circle hook in Daytona Beach, where I grew up with the fleet there. But the species list, whether you're on the surf or in the pier, it's bluefish, croakers, and sea mullet. There's a few pompanos and a few small flounders. But the overriding thing is the Spanish mackerel, which have been a real blessing to us lately. So pier or surf, you're liable to catch them anywhere. Now, Jeanette's Pier, water temperature 66 degrees. And you may have noticed the surf camp, I mean, it's scorching hot on the beach sand, and the water is cold because the southwest wind on the northern beaches has blown the surface water off, and that cold winter water is coming up underneath. But if you saw, they had a surf camp yesterday for the surfers, and they're all in wetsuits, and here it is the middle of August and in 90 some degrees, but that's just the way that works. If you really want to go swimming and that water is just too cold, take a day trip. If you're on the northern beach, just take a day trip and get down below Buxton where the curve of the beach turns, and you'll find out that the water temperatures could be as much as 10 degrees warmer. So it's a good, if you're going to Ocracoke or down to Hatteras Village or anywhere down on Hatteras Island below Buxton, then take your baggies. Is that what they still call them? Board shorts, whatever. Just make sure you're wearing something and go down there and take a dip. You'll be glad you did. We'll take a little pause here. I'll be right back with the backcountry and the Ocean City tournament report.
Ahoy there, folks. Captain Ben Brown here, and I want to invite you aboard the Miss Organ Inlet 2. She's a modern 60-foot headboat outfitted with the latest top-quality safety and fishing equipment. We make multiple trips per day out of the world-famous Organ Inlet Fishing Center. Visit missorganinlet.com or call us today at 252-441-6301, extension 1. So ditch the beach for a bit and set sail with the Miss Organ Inlet 2.
So I would say that the backcountry fishing is picking up a little bit at a time. We got a couple different ways people are fishing behind Hatteras Island, and probably, I'm sure, Ocracoke too. Small boats fishing, whether with a guide or on your own. That's the age-old beauty of Hatteras. There's always somewhere you can go fishing. But they're catching some speckled trout and some gray trout on the backside of Hatteras Island, whether you're wading or in a boat. And there's some drum back there. The drum bite is on the increase. A lot of them that are close to the shore are these puppy drum, but there's bluefish, look like 3 to 5 pound bluefish, a few of them being caught. That's great. And the drum bite out in the sound is really picking up all the time. We keep talking about it a lot, very covert fishery, but they're out there. It's a big body of water, and that thing right now, there's a lot of drum in the sound. I've been hearing a few stories of some puppy drum around the tip of Wanchese, schools of puppy drum on the surface where you could actually sight cast to them. So as you can see, that's definitely an increase. All right, and finally, it was day 1, 2, 3 of yesterday of the 6 available days to fish the Ocean City tournament. Ocean City White Marlin Open. The big money is on the White Marlin prize. I'll give you an example of just how that works. $9.9 million in prize money yesterday, 277 of 334 boats fished, and a couple things. All right, so let's go. I mentioned the big money is on the White Marlin. Finally, a qualifying White Marlin. I think they have to be 70 pounds. I could be wrong on that, but a 70-pound White Marlin was caught on the bullpen. What is that one worth? A White Marlin now, 70 pounds. Pay attention to that. $5,637,541 if it holds up, which it probably won't. But you never know. And don't you know that the remaining days of this tournament are going to be a long, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night thinking about that. The name of that boat was the Bullpen. Now, the Blue Marlin that was weighed was 607 pounds, but that's not where the biggest money is in that tournament. It's called the White Marlin Open. However, the max bet, which is the boat that caught it, right now, if that fish holds up, $1,260,923.99. I'm just kidding about the 99 cents. Anyway, So as you can see, when we get into the Pirates Cove tournament, the Big Blue Marlin is where the money is. And then a couple meat things. The Gray Fox has 179-pound tuna. I'm not sure. There's been some really big eyes. Some of their stuff calls it a bluefin tuna. Whatever it is, it's worth $1,069,766. There's some other ones in that tuna category too. And the dolphin is a 45-pound dolphin or mahi on today's today. That one is pretty good fish. That one will be a little tough to beat, but it's right now it's only in line for a paltry $96,261. So it depends on who's in what prize category. Keep in mind, our tournament schedule at Pirates Cove is registration on Saturday night at Pirates Cove Marina on the Manio Nags Head Causeway. The one and only fishing day for the girls will be on Sunday on the Alice Kelly Memorial Tournament. And then Monday will be a great day to come down and walk the docks, look around, and then we'll go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for our big shot tournament, which I'll be over there helping with that. The pavilion is not open until about 4 or 5 in the afternoon, but it is open to the public. You just don't want to come over there in the middle of the day. Come over in the evening. I hope to see everybody over there, and I do thank all of you for tuning in, taking the time to find us today. Hope you go out and let the good Lord bless you richly.